Kia ora. More rain on the cards for the likes of Dunedin and Otago over the next few days. You can see a very active setup across the country. Low pressure to the west of New Zealand drives this band of weather across us for the afternoon. Still more wet weather across those eastern parts of the Northland. Places like the Bay of Plenty still got some heavy rain warnings in place for you as this front takes its time to clear away. But it's this area down in the south we're going to be paying a real close eye on. Some really heavy rainfall feeding in on these easterly winds in towards Otago, Dunedin and coastal Clutha. The severe weather team here have issued a red severe weather warning for that heavy rainfall, the highest warning we have, and reserved for the most significant winds and rains. So it is really worth keeping a close eye on the forecast for that region. As we head through towards the night time, you can see this wet weather clears away from the far eastern side there, leaving behind some clearer skies across many parts of the Northland, but down south this wet weather persists and feeding in towards that eastern side of the country. That prolonged amount of rainfall will lead to some high rainfall totals on top of already wet conditions beneath it. So we may well find some flooding through there. So we have got those severe weather warnings in place. And as we go through in towards Friday, you can see this low pressure is very slow to clear away, keeping that feed of moisture, that feed of rainfall in towards that far southeastern corner of the country. Elsewhere, some clearer skies return. We'll keep an eye on that low pressure. We'll push more wet weather back in towards the north and the west for the weekend. But we have got this heavy rain feeding in towards Dunedin and Otago, even down in towards parts of Southland through Thursday and in towards Friday. So we have got that heavy rain warning down there, that red warning through those regions in the south and the east. Rainfall totals could be as much as 120 to 150 millimetres of rainfall about the eastern hills of the region, a significant amount for that southeastern corner of the country. We've also got those heavy rain warnings across the Bay of Plenty through the rest of the daytime today for Thursday. They'll clear in away towards the east as we head through the nighttime for those areas east of Whakatane, and still rather windy through there with those northerlies still kicking in. Also a wind watch around the fjords as well. So still plenty happening across the country, but the heaviest rainfall likely down in that southeastern corner. Let's start things off on the quieter island for Friday. We've still got the remains of that rain to clear away from the far northeastern corner. So those eastern parts of the Bay of Plenty and those northern parts of the Tairāwhiti region. But for most of us, not a bad looking start today. Might be a little bit of early morning mist and fog to clear away. We could catch an isolated shower as we head through the daytime around those coastal parts of Northland. But for the Northland, many things are looking better and brighter. A touch more cloud pushing back in towards Wellington during the evening time, but generally a pretty decent looking Friday. In terms of our temperatures, relatively mild air still with us, 18 degrees Celsius, our top temperatures up in Auckland, and a very warm night through there, 12 degrees Celsius, a touch cooler for those more inland areas. Down on the South Island, things are a little bit more active, especially down in that southeastern area where you can see this feed of moisture just sticks with us throughout the daytime, Thursday and into Friday, and there's no great let up as we head through the daytime. Some clearer skies to the north and out towards the western coast. But where this rain feeds in, it stays wet, grey, cloudy throughout the daytime. So we have got that heavy rain warning, that red warning, the first one we've issued for our Otago down through there. Like I say, rainfall totals heaviest about the eastern hills, but that will feed in towards the rivers as well. Keep up to date with the forecast information on the Met Service website, but also, importantly, with the team down on the ground, your local emergency management teams that have all the information on how about keeping yourselves safe through there. But it is looking like a wet, cloudy day through there, and I think we are going to find still relatively mild in places like Christchurch, 16 degrees Celsius. But really the main concern, I think, for the daytime will be that wet weather feeding in towards the south and the east. Looking ahead in towards Saturday, we will find this wet weather gradually pulling away. So an improving story for that far southeastern area. The low pressure, though, that's been bringing all this unsettled weather remains close by, wrapping around that to the north. More showers feeding through, some of those fairly heavy, perhaps even with the odd rumble of thunder through parts of Northland, Auckland and those far northern and western parts of the Northland. But the good news for places like Dunedin, Saturday is looking like a drier day, as is Sunday, but still with more showers feeding in as that low pressure takes its time to clear away. That's it from me, but as always, you can find the latest forecast and, importantly, those updates to those watches and warnings over at metservice.com.